The U.S. is in the greatest economic crisis since the 1930s. And the burdens of the crisis is falling on the shoulders of those who can least afford it.
I've been laid off from Freightliner after 22 years. When you have a company that builds a $300 million facility in Mexico, paying their workers what they're paying, you ask yourself, now how can you compete with that?
I make a weekly run from Cleveland, North Carolina to Withfield, Virginia, back into Troutman and into Concord, and I replenish the flyers that let those truckers know that truck they're driving may be built in Mexico. They're paying somebody $2 an hour to build that truck.
I've been in manufacturing all my life. I started in the cotton mill in the 70s. Do you see any more cotton mills? They're gone. When I went to Freightliner in 1998, I had all intentions of retiring from there.
We have an energy crisis, a water crisis, a food crisis, a security crisis, a leadership crisis, a healthcare crisis, the educational crisis, and a climate crisis. In essence, my brothers and sisters, and we have to know this, we are in the middle of a major review of capitalism as it exists.
The system has been designed to keep us poor. It keeps us borrowing. It keeps us owing people. And some of us gets proud about how much we can owe. No, I mean, it's a badge of honor. I got 2 Cadillacs and 2 or 3 houses. And I'm current with my payments. Now that is the silliest logic I can think of.
Your employer may say, well, we're moving to another country to keep from paying you decent wages and benefits. And I honestly blame a lot of it on our government for allowing this to happen.
Anybody that's been in the civil rights movement or the labor movement for more than 2 hours knows that racism is more than you just not liking me because of the color of my skin. Racism is when you use your power in the places of economic and public policy to legitimize and legalize your prejudice.
We must ensure that the jobs created are good jobs, union jobs, that can't be outsourced, and guarantee protection for workers and worker rights.
A good job not only means a living wage, if you will, but it means one that provides a real pension when one retires after they have given their service. It's one that makes sure that we have health care that we can provide for ourselves and our families.
I was laid off last February. By the end of August, I was out of health insurance. During that time, my wife was diagnosed with sarcoidosis. She has progressed to the levels of what a 60-year-old person would have. She's 32 years old. Now that I have a 12-year-old daughter, she asked me what's wrong with her mother. I can't tell her that. How do I tell her she's been diagnosed with a terminal disease? And I'm not able to provide the health care that she needs because my government wants to ignore me. I fought for my country. And that country that we fought for is turning a blind eye to every one of us.
As we know too well, 15 million people in our country don't have jobs today, not because they don't want them, but because they can't find them.
In the city of Washington, D.C., we got a metro train system. And we hire people in the wintertime to shovel snow so the train ain't impeded. They had a snowstorm, the likes that I'm scared to talk about. And they asked for people to come and apply for work. 8,000 people showed up to shovel snow. People want to work.
Somebody said that the greatest hindrance right now to us getting out of this economic crisis and moving forward is consciousness. Crisis is the possibility of transformation. Crisis is where transformation can begin.
There's so many of us that are experiencing hardship, but let's just take one step at a time. Let's climb one tree at a time. On that note, we would like to present to Mr. John Stewart $2,671.
The most important message we can leave here with is that we go to our union brothers and our union sisters and we lift them up. We're all down. I mean, we're all hurting, but if we stick together, we can come out of this.
Yes, indeed.